The movie begins by introducing us to a couple deeply in love, Patricia and Truman. They share a seemingly perfect life together, filled with happiness and hope for the future. Truman is particularly excited because he's about to receive a major promotion at work, a role he's worked hard to achieve. Overflowing with joy, Truman tells Patricia that he'll be inviting his colleagues, including his boss, Mason, for dinner that evening and asks her to prepare a meal for them. Patricia spends the entire day working tirelessly to make everything perfect for the gathering. That evening, Truman arrives with Mason and a coworker. As they enjoy dinner, Truman steps out of the room for a moment. Seizing the opportunity, Mason begins making inappropriate comments toward Patricia and even tries to touch her inappropriately. Horrified and angry, Patricia immediately tells Truman what happened. Truman, however, is conflicted. While he's furious, he hesitates to confront Mason because Mason is his boss. Instead of standing up for his wife, he tells Patricia to simply comply with whatever Mason wants. Patricia feels betrayed and deeply hurt by Truman's response. Despite her feelings, she tries to do as Truman asks, but the experience leaves her broken. The next day, Truman is called into Mason's office, where he meets Alex, a wealthy man. To Truman's shock, Mason announces that Alex will be taking the position Truman had been promised. Truman is devastated. He had compromised his wife's dignity, all for the sake of this promotion, only to have it snatched away. Desperate, he pleads with Mason and the other managers, reminding them of his years of hard work. But their decision is final. Heartbroken and overwhelmed, Truman returns to his office, unable to face the reality of his shattered dreams. Unable to cope, he tragically takes his own life. When Patricia hears the devastating news, she is consumed by grief and disbelief. As she processes her husband's death, she begins to piece together what led him to such despair. She discovers that Alex took Truman's position, and this ignites a burning desire for revenge. Adding to her misery, Patricia learns that Truman left behind massive debts that she now has to shoulder alone. Overwhelmed by her circumstances but fueled by anger, Patricia decides to take matters into her own hands. Her first target is Mason, the boss who humiliated her and contributed to Truman's downfall. Patricia confronts him at his home. When he opens the door, she wastes no time and shoots him, ending his life. But Patricia's thirst for revenge is far from satisfied. She begins investigating Alex, the man who replaced Truman. After following him for days, she learns about his family, his wife and their teenage son, Robbie, who is preparing for college. Robbie struggles academically, and his parents are desperately seeking a tutor to help him. Seeing an opportunity to get close to Alex's family, Patricia poses as a tutor and applies for the job. Although Alex and his wife are initially skeptical, they decide to give her a chance after introducing her to Robbie. Patricia quickly gains the family's trust. She becomes more than just a tutor. She begins helping around the house, winning over Robbie's mother and becoming like part of the family. But Patricia has a darker agenda. She starts manipulating Robbie, building a close bond with him while sowing seeds of mistrust within the family. Meanwhile, the housemaid grows suspicious of Patricia. One day, the maid confronts her, but Patricia reacts violently, pushing her down the stairs and killing her. The family believes it was an accident, and no one questions Patricia's role in the incident. As time passes, Robbie becomes increasingly attached to Patricia. She uses this to her advantage, seducing him and deepening the rift between him and his parents. Patricia doesn't stop there. She also targets Alex's wife, secretly drugging her drinks. The drugs take their toll, leaving Alex's wife addicted and mentally unstable. The once happy household descends into chaos, with constant arguments erupting between Alex and his wife, as well as between Robbie and his parents. Patricia takes things a step further by planting lies in Robbie's mind. She tells him that Alex once assaulted her, claiming that she was a victim of his power and strength. Furious and protective of Patricia, Robbie confronts his father, accusing him of unspeakable acts. The tension escalates into a physical fight between father and son. Despite the chaos, Robbie eventually passes his tests and leaves for college. On his departure day, Alex, his wife, and Patricia all see him off with smiles, hiding the turmoil brewing beneath the surface. After Robbie leaves, Patricia rents her own apartment and patiently waits for the perfect moment to strike. One day, while Alex is away, Patricia sneaks into his house. She confronts his wife, tying her to the bed and drugging her into unconsciousness. Patricia plans to kill her right then and there. Meanwhile, at his office, Alex stumbles upon an old photograph of Truman and Patricia. Realizing Patricia's true identity, Alex rushes home, fearing for his wife's life. He arrives just in time to find Patricia standing over his wife, ready to deliver the fatal blow. Enraged, Alex charges at Patricia and pushes her out the window. As he frees his wife from her restraints, they call the police. But when the authorities search the area where Patricia fell, they find no trace of her. Alex and his wife are left in shock, haunted by the knowledge that Patricia is still out there. The movie ends with a chilling twist. Robbie, now settled in his college dorm, receives a call from his parents, who check in on him without mentioning the horrors they've endured. After hanging up, Robbie turns to find Patricia in his room, smiling ominously. The screen fades to black as she reaches toward him, leaving viewers with an unsettling sense of dread. Thank you for watching this intense recap of Scorned, 1993. Let us know your thoughts about the movie in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest recaps. Until next time, stay safe and take care.